As a trader who is looking at becoming profitable, you must have a winning trading strategy. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the trading strategy that I've actually been using for the past 2 years. It has gotten me results such as these, and these on small accounts, big accounts, and even funded accounts. Now that means you can also use it to generate consistent profits. Now without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Now the first step is finding the overall price direction. Now again, this is a very major highlight because as a trader you must know where the price is going. Now remember, the price direction has been established, say, by institutional traders, big banks, people who actually come in with a lot of capital. So to you, it's just finding what the overall direction is and then go out with that. Then the second step is drawing all the necessary price key levels. Okay, now you need to know where the price could have reacted in some way. So this can be either your demand and supply levels or your support and resistance, depending on what type of a trader you are. But for our case, we shall go ahead and use demand and supply or support and resistance. Okay, then lastly, scaling down to smaller time frames for entries. Now the most interesting part is this actually works on all pairs and time frames because it's basically the same approach. Okay, let's go ahead and start off with, say, GBPUSD or GBPJPY. First things first, we must start off with bigger time frames. Now I can't highlight this as much as possible, but bigger time frames kind of give you the overall price reaction. So you can either start, say, from the daily or even the H4, but personally I prefer the H4 because I am a day trader. So say we are on H4 and we can just go ahead and zoom out so we can have our levels drawn out. Now this is pretty easy. Let me just show you guys what I'm referring to. So say you have the price moving, say, in such, a direction, and say it came back, generally like that. Then it came back to this level, stuff like that, right? So your duty is just to find the levels where the price has actually reached and reacted in some way. It can be once, it can be 2 times or 3 times or even more. So an example from this, I would say, well, I'm going to have a level here, right? Meaning because we see the price came over here, came over here, came over here. Then we can even have, say, one more right around here. So we can also say have one here. Why? Because say we see the price got here, and probably it could again react here. Not so. Now let's just go ahead and check on the live charts. Now for the fact that we are on H4, importantly, bigger time frames first, okay? So we can just go ahead and grab our tool. So you can either use say a horizontal line, or I'd personally prefer these rectangles. So I'm just going to draw one right around here. So we can just consider this. But the more levels or the more reactions of that level, the better. Now in this case, we only have, say, 1, 2 and 3 reactions, right? Price hitting over there, bouncing off, hitting there, bouncing off. But if we can actually stretch it out up to this point, it's even better because there we go. So now when we stretch it out up to this point, we even have 1 and more reactions. Not so. Then we can draw as many levels as possible. Okay, so we can also say watch out for such levels. Now let me show you guys something quick. Now we obviously understand that the price is going to move in such a trend. So if it's pushing to the upside, okay, so let's going to push, come back for a retracement or a pullback, generally that way. So your duty is to also watch out for these levels, your retracement levels, or the pullbacks, or what we can also call the end of the exhaustion phases. Okay, because the price is going to push with a lot of momentum, come back to a level, it happens over and over and over again. So you guys see that, right? Now the same thing over here. Now good thing is we already have one major level drawn out. Then I've also just marked out this out. Now I know you should be wondering, how about this? So we can also just have this drawn out just for that. And by the way, let me see if we can stretch this. Okay, these are not valid levels, so we can just keep it over here only. Consider the price hit here and then reacted off, came back here, reacted off, right? Then lastly, we can also just mark out this tiny level, right? Now I hope these are not too many, because at some point when there are too many, again, it's going to cause a bit of confusion. So as we shall discuss later on, it's again more recommended to keep them just a few. Look out for the major levels and work out with those. Okay, now what we are currently obviously with the levels drawn out, we can all see that the price direction is initially to the upside. Not so, right? Because at first it was down to the downside, right? Then we go to a point here. Let me just mark this level out. We go to a point here and saw a reversal. How do reversals happen? Well, here's just an example. So say initially the price is pushing down just like this. Now at some point it could find a bit of a level here and then, you know, decide to reverse. And that's the thing that happened. So in this case, we just had this level, right? So what was initially a downtrend later becomes an uptrend. Not so. Now this is very, very important because look, the price direction won't keep the same forever and ever. So it's also important that you watch out for those. Now, if you want to learn more about trading and making money online, be sure you subscribe. And if you are enjoying this video, you can also smash the like button. And let's get back straight into the video. But going back to what our price reaction looks like at the moment, so we can just slide back over here. Perfect. Now we can see that now the price direction is to the upside. Not so, because we are looking at what the price is doing at this point. But look at these levels that we had marked out initially. So we have these levels where we had a reaction, a reaction, a reaction. What does this mean? It means at some point the price hit here, found say some rejection, and then the price was pushed to come back down, pushed to come back down. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Okay, so that means it's a very important and a significant level that we must watch out for. So let's just go ahead and, you know, do a bit of magic today. And by the way, this is a trade that I took today and I got to share it with my student community that you can actually be part of. Okay, so I'll also put the link just down so you guys can actually join it. So now here we go. So we have had some reaction already, and now we see that the price is actually changing direction, right? It's now pushing to the downside. So we can now scale down, say, to the H1 and see. So let me just go ahead and delete some of these. Okay, perfect. Now we are now on H1, but most importantly, I can also see a bit of a level, right? We can have this. Now I know you guys should be wondering why. Now look, so we have we do have some reaction, we have reactions, we have reactions, we have reactions. We also have one more even here, right? Now that means it's a level. It's a very important key level because at least we have seen a lot of, you know, reactions of that point. So if we can just stretch it out, let me see. Okay, let me just extend it above. Perhaps it could be this valid. Okay, so we have that. Now if we can just stretch it out up to here, it's even perfect. Now guess what? So now we can see, okay, this level that was being respected a number of times, at some point it's broken, right? Now here's what happens. So more often enough, when we have key levels, okay, let me have this here, and then let's also have this one right here. So what happens is these levels are going to be respected. Not so, say 1 time, you know, 2 times, 3 times, then at some point the price is finally going to break through because it won't keep in that same section, you know, forever and ever. So at some point it's going to break through. Now what happens is once it breaks through, it's going to come back for a retest and then now later push to that direction. You guys understand? Now that's the same thing that was happening here. So far what we have discussed, we have learned on how to draw the levels, right? Look out for any price reactions, most importantly on bigger time frames, okay? Then next, watch and see what the price does. So in this case now we can see that the price has actually broken through, okay, come back for a pullback or a retest back to this level, and now it's pushing down, and then it even came back for one more price you know, retest off here, and now it's going to continuously push down. Now let me show you something. So perhaps someone out there could actually be wondering, now Daniel, what if the price had pushed up over here, right, and then at some point it broke through? So same thing again, we would expect the price to at least come back to this point and then push to the upside, okay? So all in all, again, the break and retest these are very important issues that you must again watch out for, because listen, the price direction won't keep the same forever, okay? So at some point we are going to have changes. Now we are currently really good where we are at the moment. So now we have our levels drawn out. We have also seen the most recent level being broken. So it means at the moment we are dealing with this current price reaction. Now maybe a quick one for you. So what do you think? Is the price going to the upside? Is the price going to go to the upside, or it's going to push down? Let me know what you guys think. Just a second for you. You can even type it in the comment section, okay? But at the moment, the price is going to push to the downside, okay? Now, if we can scale down to M15, okay, now M15 is just for entries, okay? So every time I scale down to smaller time frames, what I'm looking out for most importantly are now entries. So you can see you're starting off from big, keep scaling down. So that's top to down analysis. I actually did a video about top to down analysis, so you can actually check it out. So at the moment, really, we are good. So we have now the price pushing down. It has come back for a pullback, so we can even have an entry over here. But most importantly, it's even easier if we can wait for a more powerful pullback, because again, remember, every time we have a push or a momentum phase, we are going to have an exhaustion phase. Not so. It's the same thing that I had showed you initially. The price is going to push, come back, push, come back, push, right? If it's pushing to the downside, we're going to push down, come back for a pullback, push down, come back for pullback, okay? So it's the same thing over here. But at the moment, I would say, well, I can actually get in with my trade, have my stop loss just above this level, okay? And then, you know, say have a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Oops, sorry. Let me just go ahead and show you entries for sales. So that way, so as I mentioned, we could definitely have to wait for a bit of a pullback, okay? Just a good one. So in the meantime, you can go ahead and check out some other pair. Say we can try EURUSD. Now the other time I was trading NFP and I lost seriously, so I've actually not been trading all pairs that have to deal with the dollar at the moment. But let me go ahead and show you guys. Now actually, for the fact that you are watching up to this point, it actually shows me how serious you are about your trading career. Now I do have a mentorship program that I would love you to become part of. Now it's not only just a mentorship program, just like what you see online, you know, with these traders selling stuff. No, to ours, it's more of a family. When you join a mentorship, you're part of a family, a winning family, okay? So under the program, you're going to get access to our recorded classes. Obviously, we do have a course, okay? From beginner to advanced, we have all these basics in and our trading strategies. Then the other thing is, now we have a student community on Telegram. In here, you actually get to interact with other traders just like you, share trades, share ideas, share wins and losses. Pretty exciting. I mean, think about it when you're inside such a community. And then lastly, we have 3 weekly Zoom sessions. I mean, live sessions. So we are trading live, we are doing all the breakdowns live. And I mean, it's more than that. Now it's only $120. Now for any serious trader, really, I'd recommend you go get access now. Now we have EURUSD. So again, I'm going to start off from H4. This is EURUSD. We can just go ahead and mark out our levels as usual, okay? All right, so we can have one up here. This can also be a supply zone, okay? So we have that. Then we can also just have one right around here. This is good. Okay, pretty interesting. Then let me see if we can even have more. We can also have, say, one even around here, you know, could have that. And maybe one around here. Okay, say right out here, right? Now, what's the price direction at the moment? Let's see what you guys think. As you guys can see, definitely at the moment, we have a downtrend, right? Because looks like initially, again, the price was in an uptrend. Okay, the price was actually in an uptrend. Oh, okay, perfect. The price was initially in an uptrend. We can all see that. But now we got to a point here. Remember, if it's an uptrend, we expected the price to at least push to break this most recent high, to go, come back, and then push to the upside, right? But now what happened this time around? We saw the price doing the opposite, that it even had to break this level, right? So we can see that the price broke the the second last highs, because we have generally 1, we have 2, then we have 3, right? Because you can see the price came, pushed back here, pushed up, came back for pullback, pushed up, right? Now what happens? We have a level that has actually been broken already. Then this is also, actually this and this are all the same. So at the moment we have more of a downtrend when we are considering the current price direction. Now what must we then do with this? Now we have our levels drawn out. Let me just delete this to avoid any confusion. Okay, perfect. Now what do you guys think really? So we have a level, this level that has been respected one time here. Now we see that the price has actually come back here. Now we are not too sure about what's going to happen, but most probably we could expect the price pushing over, but we can't confirm, and I can't say let's take buy trades at the moment. No, because guess what? It's a level. Remember what I said? The level can be broken or it might be respected, so it's up to us to wait. So now let's just scale down to H1 and then see. Okay, so perfect. Oops, sorry. So now this is how we are looking like. So if I was to take, say, any trades or anything, I might have to wait for the price to either break down, right? Then come back to this level and then push down continuously. Or if we are to take any buy trades because we have a level, right? We could just stretch back in time and see how the price reacted when it hit this level initially some time back. So let's just come back here. Okay. See how interesting it is? Now what happened this time around? It's more of like a reversal actually. So we can see that the price came up to this point, right? From the first bottom, came back, formed another one, and then it reacted off, meaning you wouldn't panic to take your buy trades. Oh, we have a level. Daniel says when we have a key level drawn out, then we must wait and see, some price reaction. Please, no. So what we must have to wait for over here is to at least see, we could have to see, say, the price bouncing off, right, to show a bit of change in momentum. Then say come back here, leave at least a week. A week shows rejections, okay? It means the price hit here and then reacted off and then push back to the upside. Then at that point we would be able to say, well, let's go ahead and take our trades. Beautiful. Now generally, so a quick recap. So you're going to have the trend marked out. Firstly, you need to know what the overall trend is. Then the next thing that you're going to find out is all your levels. Watch out and see where the price reached and reacted off a couple of times, okay? Then after that, go ahead and scale down to smaller time frames, say M15 for your entries, okay? And with that, you would be good. This is a very good trading strategy. All I would love from you guys is to practice as much as possible, okay? Again, remember, once you're in, there's never looking back. You must win, and winning actually comes with hard work. So I'm going to go ahead and put one video over here that can actually be very helpful to you. And if you're not part of our Telegram channel, go ahead, tap the link down in the description, and let me see you in the next one. I'm out.